This demonstration is about the power of suggestion and how the client is always the one in control. Whatever suggestion is being offered to the client, it's up to them to either accept or reject the suggestion. And based on their own ability to imagine, they create their response to a suggestion. So what we're about to see is two different individuals who have a fear of heights, varying degrees of fear of heights. And what we're going to do is we're going to be giving them suggestions, and based on their own interpretation of those suggestions, based on their own imagination, you'll see how they respond and how their fear of heights will affect their response. There's a line right here on the floor, and if you'll just walk that line to the end down there. You start out just by having them walk across the floor, feeling very safe, very secure. They're just walking across the floor. Then the next step is we have them imagine that instead of walking across the floor, there's now a 4-inch beam of wood sitting directly on the floor, and they're to walk that. And you'll notice as they walk that their walking will slow down. It'll feel a little bit more deliberate in their walking, and you might notice that they actually are trying to balance more, even though they're still just on the floor. The next phase is we're going to have them imagine that 4-inch beam of wood has now been raised 4 feet off the ground. And again, what you'll see with the different participants is they will respond in different ways. One of them actually has to take off their shoes so that they'll actually feel more secure in their walk. One of them, their palms, I think, get sweaty, and they start to get, the breathing becomes a little different. And again, then their walking becomes slower, more deliberate, and once again, it's merely a suggestion that we're giving them. However, they're still just on the floor. The next level is we have them imagine that 4-inch beam of wood is stretched out between two 10-story buildings. And as you'll notice, one of the participants is very reluctant to even move from where she's standing because of her imagination, and her ability to respond to that suggestion is causing her to go into an extreme state of fear and saying, I'm not going to do this. The last phase is we give the suggestion that they have some angels there to help them. And in that, you'll notice that their walk changes a bit, because again, the power of the suggestion of angels being there with them for these two particular clients allowed them to feel a little bit more secure, and then they were able to do the walk. The learning objective here is to understand the power of suggestion and how the client is always the one in control of their response to the suggestion. They either can reject or accept the suggestion. You may notice as you're observing this that you yourself might experience some feelings of anxiousness or something like that if you equally have a fear of heights, or you're noticing and responding empathetically to what the subjects are demonstrating. So notice your own responses as well as when you observe this.